Just when you think the Champions League can't get any more exciting, the draw drops, and there are 30 games I think are a slight bit more interesting than the rest. Let's go through them all and rank them all. And starting with the big one, Newcastle versus PSG, I think this is probably a good fixture. I don't think it's a notable goated fixture. Newcastle weren't even in the Champions League last year. They're most likely going to lose Isaac, which is their best player. But before we go on, guys, make sure to subscribe if you're new here. If you're a new person on the channel, make sure to drop a little comment and let me know what video you subscribed from. But let's get into this further. Okay, Liverpool versus Inter. We have, I think this is notable goated. I think that's fair to say that's noble goated. And pretty self-explanatory. Same here with Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Again, I think that's a noble goated fixture right there. And then we move on to PSG versus Atlanta. PSG versus Atlanta is a weird one. I think that's probably a bad game because PSG will just storm out everyone that's not a massive team. Real Madrid versus City, that's a noble goated game. I think that's the top game so far as well. A lot of good Madrid City games in the past. We'll go to Chelsea versus Barcelona. Okie dokie. I think that's probably, again, a mid fixture. I know people will think that's higher than mid, but I don't think it is. I think that's a mid fixture. Juventus versus Real Madrid. Again, I think that's actually a bad fixture these days. I mean, they're big clubs, but the quality of Juventus I don't think is really there anymore. So I think it'll be an interesting game, but I don't think it's the best fixture. Galatasaray versus Liverpool, worst so far. Terrible game in my opinion. Just going to be no competition there. Arsenal versus Madrid. This is literally one of the most boring games in football. If you're watching that game, you're going to be depressed after that. Bayer Leverkusen, oh, we're on a bad streak here. This is, again, a bad game. Not the best team to play City right there. They're going to get absolutely dominated. Barcelona versus PSG, now that is a noble goated game, and that is, again, above both of those Liverpool games. Again, Liverpool coming in here. We've got Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid. We're going to put that one in mid. Again, Madrid just bore games to death. By the way, guys, if you're wondering what website this is, the link will be in the description. It is our very own tier list maker, and it's got a bunch of cool features like this zoom feature, and we made all of these graphics in-app using our combined feature. So make sure to check out the website if you haven't already. Inter versus Arsenal, I'm probably going to give that a mid. I'm going to give it a mid. Again, Arsenal aren't the most interesting team to watch, in my opinion. I know I'm a United fan, but that's just my opinion. City versus Dortmund, very interesting game. I think anything with City is a bit more entertaining, especially a Dortmund game. That is going in good. Napoli versus Chelsea, again, that is a good fixture right there. I'm excited for that one. I don't know why, but that one excites me. PSG versus Spurs, again, I think is a good fixture. I think that's a good fixture because it's been a while since they played each other. They played each other in the Super Cup, and it was a very good game, in my opinion. Munich versus Chelsea. Ooh, that's a goated fixture. That's the third best fixture. That is just heritage. That is heritage. Arsenal versus Olympiacos. Must. Not much needed to be said there. Spurs versus Dortmund. Again, I think Spurs are a bit of an interesting team this year. I'll put that at the bottom of mid. I don't think it's above any of those games. PSG versus Bayern. Oh, this is a top-heavy list. I like it. PSG versus Bayern is going fourth in that list. Arsenal versus Bayern. It's a good game. It's the top of good. I don't think it's a goated game. Bayer Leverkusen versus PSG. I'm very sorry if there's any Leverkusen fans watching. You're going in worst. Man City versus Napoli. Good game, you know, but I'll put it in mid because I think City will have a bit too much for Napoli. Madrid versus Inter. Low bad. I'm sorry again, Inter fans, but I'm not really rating it. Chelsea versus Ajax. It's a bad game. It's higher than a few of them, I think. Probably PSG versus Juventus. Yeah, that's the order there. Newcastle versus Barca. Now that is notable goated because I want to see that. I've never seen that fixture in my whole entire lifetime. Newcastle versus Bayer Leverkusen. Probably worst. Leverkusen really just have no ratings from me. Napoli versus Benfica. Again, probably the second worst fixture so far. Villarreal versus Ajax. Again, a terrible fixture. That is going in notable worst. But again, these are the best of all of the fixtures. So none of these are exactly terrible. And Olympiacos versus Aboel, is it? Again, that's the worst fixture of all of them. But thank you guys so much for watching this tier list. If you want to check out the website, like I said again, make sure to check out the description and subscribe to the channel. We've gained 400 subscribers in the last few days, and yet only about 20% of people that watch the channel are subscribed. So subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.